Warning, the thoughts and opinions expressed on the show are just that, our personal thoughts and opinions. While we do our best to discuss topics responsibly, some of the information shared is based on allegations, reports, or speculation and may not be fully factual. We encourage our listeners to do their own research and form their own conclusions. This podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only, and nothing discussed here should be taken as legal, professional, or definitive advice.
I'm about to just go for it.
Take it easy. Yeah, you guys don't worry about it.
I'm a mama too.
Yes. Welcome to episode 9, everybody. We're here. We are here. The show where each episode we discuss stories about culture, relationships, life struggles, and current events. We provide real talk and relatable advice, not to mention the humor. We bring a lot of humor, a lot of dark humor. Please do not judge us for the humor. What are you guys laughing about?
Nothing. There's no humor. No humor.
What are you laughing about?
No.
I feel
Okay.
weird without headphones.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we're headphoneless. At least the majority of the table is.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you guys want to submit stories or
That shit
questions,
was hurting my head.
what was the headphones?
Yes.
Yes, for the glasses wearing cast members of the table. Yes,
Leave it to the white woman to complain.
right. So yeah,
Hey.
let us know.
Hey.
I mean,
Where
maybe
the white women at?
What a white woman.
I'm the reason people watch.
maybe aesthetically, the headphoneless cast members are better. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, but let us know. We love to hear you guys.
Sal's got a nice head of hair.
He has a great head of hair.
Nice head of hair.
Yeah.
Half of the table are you're bald. You're bald. You're bald. You're bald. Wind it up. You're bald.
This should be like a brand.
I love
This should be like
Balin.
Scam artist.
Since
Yes.
it's Women's Month or Women's Day, whatever.
Yes, International Women's Day
I
today.
dedicate my woman to Braylon.
Yeah.
She is a woman we're gonna highlight.
We all came from a woman.
But before we
Got
get
a
to
name
that,
from a woman.
please submit
Wind it up.
any questions, any stories, anything you'd like to contribute to the show at the You Don't Say That podcast at Instagram, at YouTube, or even TikTok or X. We're on all the following platforms.
Facebook.
Facebook. We do have a Facebook page.
I tried to
Please
find
follow.
it and I couldn't. So help me.
It should be You Don't Say That podcast. If it's not, then I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, that's where we're at. We'd love to hear from you guys. Any contribution to the show is really encouraged and appreciated.
Yeah.
So
We
please,
put a lot into this.
we do put a lot into this, and we do take a lot of
Yeah.
joy and
Yeah.
fun into this thing.
Yeah.
And today I do have Saul with me. I do have Lindsay with me. I do
Hey.
have Adrian with me. And today we have episode 9. Today we're going to have an awesome show.
Holla.
Yes, we have IUDs that are going to be rearranged.
Oh, God.
We do have
I know what you're talking about.
we have
How you start like that?
we have a
Canadian.
a very heavy lady who is in a lawsuit with Uber.
Oh.
And
I
we're
saw
gonna
that.
we're
I
gonna
saw it,
review
yeah.
that. We're gonna review that.
That was wild.
Tank Davis, the legend himself, took a loss, or sorry, took a what do you call that?
He took a
thought he
tie.
won.
A draw.
No,
He
it
took
was
a draw. It was a
draw.
draw. It was a draw.
Yeah.
To me, that's an L. He should have won that.
It's not Kimbo
I thought they said the other guy should have
I
won.
mean-
He should have, but he
Yeah.
should. But I feel like Tank. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. I want to show appreciation to the legendary Wayans family. They just
Holla.
won. They just won an award, and I just want to express how much they meant to me in my life growing up.
Yeah.
That's dope.
First things first.
Talk about tag me back in.
First things first. How's everybody doing? I just want to do a quick check in. How you guys have been? How your weeks have been? Anything noteworthy? Mental health check, if you will. Almost like
I'm
a check in.
I'm a
I
fucking
took-
I
mess.
just want to make sure my castmates are doing okay before I
took
get into.
a whole entire week off of work
Hell yeah.
and
Love
I
that for
got
you.
my office updated.
Okay.
Enter photo here.
Enter photo there. Boom.
Okay. There's my new office and I took a week off and I mean I still had to get up to get the kids ready, but
looks
it was
awesome.
it
Yeah.
was really
Yeah. Looks
like
good.
a
Office looks sick.
like
Like it.
a therapeutic week of just getting my shit together
Sure.
and like not having to focus on being on the computer, and it was good. I cooked some good dinners. We had some good times. I think that the kids really just enjoy
Sure.
me being able to focus on them and not being stuck on a computer. But
No, yeah.
It was a great week.
Sometimes
honestly.
we all need a week off without working. You know what I mean?
And
Even if you're at home.
right? And
Well, you were
he's
productive still.
Yeah.
was super productive.
The office
And
looks awesome.
And
Yeah,
there's
it
a
was
lot of like, of course, who doesn't like just being able to do whatever the fuck they want to do and still get paid for it? Like,
100%.
who doesn't
Yeah,
love that?
yeah.
Like, so
That's the best.
it was still a good week. I think that I was productive for not just myself but my family.
Good.
I love taking time off and catching like a nice day fade.
Yeah.
And thinking to
Yes.
yourself, I'm getting.
I didn't even do
Let
that.
me just say, I
smoked
love a good day fade.
Love.
There are some things in life that I truly love.
I've noticed that. Even the last couple times we went to OB.
I love a
You
good day
love a
fade.
good day fade. A good
I
day.
love
a good
Is
margarita.
that you or is that stuff? Is that like is that Bert Kreischer?
No,
That's a
No,
far,
that's me. That's 100% me.
that's a Farius thing.
That's
I know
me.
Because
You
him and I,
enjoy.
I
we
love that.
together
Remember those
are
Sundays?
great
Bro.
Yeah, those
at a
Sundays
good
used to
day
take it
fade.
out.
That's why we love going to Disneyland. Catch a day fade.
That's a day fade.
We go to the beach. Catch a day fade.
Hang out with Sal. Day fade. Hang out with Adrian. Day fade.
No, I mean anything. If it's like
I caught it.
You understand?
No, I caught a tangent before it happened. I'm
You
so
understand?
happy. Yeah, but I was gonna go on a tangent.
All right, pass it.
Caught it.
no.
That's
Well,
it.
when we did Fiesta Island with the homies,
Oh,
we did the
that's a
pasta
good
salad
one.
and the sandwiches
Oh, that
and
was
like
fun.
that was
Awesome
a
day
great
fade.
time and that was a good day
OB.
fade. Like
OB.
yeah,
O-
OB
Ocean
doing,
Beach.
doing OB Noodle House.
Many a day fade
I would
with
just
these
like.
guys.
I have one thing I want to talk about that happened last week. But
Yeah.
before I say that,
Yeah.
when we went to OB, that day fade, where Adrian decided to venture off to go into a store and check it out,
Right.
and we got a table at the bar that was up top so we could see the
Oh, yeah.
ocean.
So nice.
napkin on my
And-
head.
and he
So nice.
left
And
with
you
the
took a
fucking
video.
napkin
So nice.
on
You
his
took a
head.
video with like this awesome Pink Panther music.
I don't know what it was. It was goofy. It was goofy.
Oh yeah, and it was him walking, and then he comes up. Adrian comes up to the bar and meets us, right? And we sit down, and he has a napkin, wrapped around his head. But the way that Tupac used to do
Right,
it back in the
right,
day,
right.
right?
Right.
I might have a photo of it, and if I do, we can
it's
insert
not-
that
it's not
photo right
Instagram.
Enter
here.
your photo here.
And
It was
I-
hot.
But he was doing it not to be funny. He was doing it to stop the sweat from coming down.
There was purpose to it.
It was
It was a big
bald
one. Every
people
big boy has a
problems.
towel. You
And
gotta
then
have a
there's
big
a
boy
and
towel.
then there's a
On a hot day,
wall.
you need a big boy
There's a
towel.
wall full of butterflies.
Oh my
And he
God,
takes
yeah.
a picture of it.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I just want to share the ridiculous moments in my life with everybody to
Yeah.
appreciate it the way I do.
Yeah,
And
that was
that's-
awesome.
That's it.
I
Those
think
OB
that we
days were
all
cool.
encourage those great moments of just enjoying life
Right.
and like living in the moment.
Anybody with their friends who are in the middle of a funny, crazy like moment, post
Yeah.
it because people love that.
But the
Why
shit-
not? I love seeing
I
that.
always like border on the line of taking a photo and just living in the moment.
Right.
And so it's hard. Like
I just like to get a clip.
Let me just,
I like to get a clip.
hold on.
If I
Like,
could just get a clip of the event, that's good enough for me. 'Cause
Sure.
I'm not, never gonna go back and watch
Right.
the whole video.
No,
Yeah,
but I
But I'll
maybe
never-
in
never-
my
I'm gonna remember
60s, 70s, God willing, if they're available, I would love to go back and be like,
where's my MySpace photos?
let's go watch our fucking
Dude, MySpace
dumbass
deleted everything.
vlogs in Vegas or dumbass vlogs at Fiesta Island. You know what I
It
mean?
feels
Like,
good to watch, to look back. and
let
be
me go
like,
see my kids when they were little again.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
I forgot
You
to
know
bring
what I mean?
those photos, but I have photos of us from 7, 8 years
Yes,
ago,
you
10
have
years
that.
ago.
No, longer.
Longer. So I have them all. And
Yeah,
I'll bring
the
them. I'll bring
trip.
them next time. I should have
Yes.
brought them tonight.
Yeah, you
but I
have
have
the
photos
physical-
of us
physical
10
copies.
plus years ago.
Yeah.
First of all, we look like babies.
Yeah.
And second of all, it brought back all these
Right,
memories.
right, right.
Things that I didn't even remember.
I had
until I
hair.
saw the
Yeah, I don't
picture.
even recognize you in a lot
I
of
had
you
your
have so
photos.
many
Serious
photos to enter here. Like,
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, but we talked about this earlier before the pod started. But life is so short.
Yes.
man. Your time
Yeah.
is finite. Spend time with the people you love.
Yes.
Right. Make memorable moments.
Right.
Obviously, work hard. Try to make money, but at best, like money is a tool.
Yes.
Money is
Yeah.
not happiness.
No.
What's happiness? People that you love.
Right.
Right.
That's
Creating
it.
moments with them, and we talked about it
Right.
earlier. And I don't know. Every time I start
sticks,
drinking,
right?
man. Every time I
Yeah.
start drinking, I get emotional, dude.
But that's when
I
the
get
truth comes
emotional.
out. That's when the truth
Yeah,
comes
'cause
out.
like that's what the feelings like really resonate.
Well, that's
I
like
don't
that's
know.
why we
honestly,
did this,
that's
to
when
hang out with each other.
every time that we've like decided on a trip is when
When
I've
we're
been
hammered.
drunk.
The most
because
true.
it's
Yes.
like fuck it.
We
like,
planned
so
fuck
true.
it, so we were drunk. And some of
And
the
there's
best
always
trips that I've
fun.
ever
Yeah.
been on No, the best trips that I've ever been on, hands down, has been with family.
Exactly.
And it's always been one of those things where like we did the Big Bear trip on a whim while we were all drinking.
We were barbecuing in the backyard.
Yeah, we were like, let's do
drinking.
it.
We booked it that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Why not? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Mexico, we booked it in
Yeah.
that moment. Like, why not? Like,
and that's the thing is like, let's do it. Like, who cares if we have credit card debt? I'm such a bad
to an
influence.
extent. To an extent. To an extent. To an extent.
That's my ADHD
enter
right
cell.
there.
Yeah, to an extent. I'll be the rock.
Speak for yourself.
I will be the rock to that balloon.
No, but
That's fine.
also,
fine.
like,
That's fine.
I wouldn't do anything that would like put my family without food on the table, without a roof over their head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sure, it might come down to a thing of like, maybe we'll just like hang back a little bit this week or whatever, but
It's worth it when you have those memories.
yeah. And I mean, we've knock on wood been very lucky to like be hardworking people and have great jobs and like we make sure that we're not without,
Sure.
you know, like, sure, we go a little bit buck wild sometimes, but like, fuck it. You only live once.
Exactly.
You only YOLO.
Speaking of all the memories that we've created in the past with like all the guys that we grew up with, we might have a special pod
Oh my
next week
God.
for you guys, but we
have
won't talk about that right now.
Something so fun for
Something
everybody.
very special in the works.
Yes.
But with that, I purchased some smelling salts
my
because
God.
maybe we might
You're a
experiment with them.
You're a sick bastard.
And we should make it
The
a
pod.
2000s
You're
theme.
sick.
We should
And
all come in
Smelling
jerseys.
salts?
Smelling salts. So I was at
I'm
work.
glad I'm out of this one.
This
No.
is my story. This is my story. So I was at work last week, and I was interacting with one of the team members that works underneath me, and they were saying, "Oh, hey boss, have you smelled these smelling salts before?" I said, "No, I'm good. I don't want to do that." This was early in the morning, right? Mind you, I have a full meeting, or I have a full day of meetings ahead of me, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to smell these smelling salts. All of us have done it," and I'm like, "No, I'm okay. I'm good." And they're like, and they start heckling me, right?
Yeah,
they start,
yeah.
you know. Oh, okay.
Pressuring.
We get it.
Pure
You're too much of a
pressure.
wuss. You got meetings. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me those. Give me those.
Yeah.
Give me
Because
those
you're
damn
a bitch. Because
things.
you're a bitch.
Essentially,
So
you call
can't call me a bitch.
yeah, essentially call me a bitch, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know,
Too
you
bad
fuck-
Macau's out working
Hey,
there
makes
anymore.
perfect sense.
It's like, no.
Perfect sense.
If
That's
Macau,
flawless
Macau was there, I would have done it for sure.
Flawless
Macau would have been like,
I would have done it too.
so they convinced me to do it, right? I don't even put the smelling salts up to my nose, right? It's out here, and I could smell it, and it's so potent. And I'm like, I'm good. That's enough. I put it away. I go to my meeting.
Yeah.
That's in like 15 minutes after that. My right eye is bloodshot red.
What the fuck
My
is-
right nostril is burned.
What
like
is
it
in
burned
those
my
smelling
Hold on,
sinuses.
let's talk about how he broke his motherfucking toe.
What is that? Yeah.
So
what
what
is
I ended
that?
up doing, was the one that I smelled. The person told me like, oh yeah, this is the second strongest one they have, and I said, well, what's the strongest? And he's like, this is the strongest. So I purchased the strongest one.
I'm not
for next
looking
week.
forward to this at all.
What is this? What is it
So we're
with the
gonna have some
smelling?
fun, is what I'm saying.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is
yeah.
wrong with this? What is? Why?
I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm not a
Yeah.
bitch. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
but
you
like,
don't. Yeah,
I'm
Is
gonna
it
do
like cocaine?
I don't know.
I've never
Because
done
is it
cocaine.
just
I
gonna
got two
make me
smelling salts. I got
concentrate?
Juju
What is it about smelling salts that our bodies just reject? Do you know?
It's a chemical. It's not like.
But what
a
about it?
natural
What
thing.
about the?
It-
So
It's ammonia.
I've
makes
heard
you,
something about it.
It's ammonia, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
ammonia.
Essentially, what it is.
Well, no, that's the chemical you're smelling. But the reason why power lifters do it, so when you do smelling salts,
yeah.
power lifters that lift really heavy weight, they'll do it right before a lift because it does something with your brain receptors.
Yeah.
Right? Where it like shuts off or temporarily suspends the receptors that would normally tell you that you can't lift something or this hurts. So like it's very short, but it temporarily, and I could be 100%
Like
wrong.
shuts down
It
those.
sounds like meth.
those sensors?
I think it's like temporarily shutting
Or
down like
PCP.
the receptors or the nervous system that would tell you, hey, stop lifting this, it's too heavy, or stop doing this, it's too painful.
Doesn't it just make you go?
Is that okay?
Well, that's why they do it right before a big lift.
Yeah, you do it before the
I
big
always
lift,
heard.
yeah.
I always
It
heard
gets your
smelling
adrenaline going.
Smelling salts were a similar smell to a dead body or dead carcass. Oh, and so our bodies like naturally like reject that smell. I don't know.
That makes
I'm
sense.
just asking. I
don't
have
know
no
that either.
familiarity
Yeah, I
with
wouldn't know.
I'm
the
just-
subject.
We're gonna find out next week.
Wait, so
We're definitely
that, so
gonna
you're
see.
I've
bringing
never
the
smelled
smelling
a dead
salts.
body though.
Both.
Neither
How
have
do
I.
know?
Neither have
Both of
I.
them?
Juju Mufu,
Yeah.
and then the ones that I bought that are supposed to be like 10 times stronger than Juju.
And then you're bringing the Tiger Thick whiskey.
Tiger Thick, yeah, with 3 C's, thick
And
with
then
3 C's.
I'm gonna bring Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Yeah, if
A
you
what?
bring Hulk.
Some Hypnotic and Hennessy. Just take it back. Incredible.
So you're saying
Got it.
everybody's
Take it
gonna be shitty.
I'm
Old
saying we're gonna
school
have
classic.
Let's throw it back. Like let's have
Shitty
throwback
right
night.
now.
An
Because
old school
your
classic.
drink from high school, what it was? Every
It wasn't
not high school,
Hulk.
but like no, it wasn't. But the thing that you made me drink one time at Andres' house, and that was always like the sour drink to me. Sounds gross. Monster and Jose Cuervo.
Oh my god.
Ew.
It was a fucking horrible
I did
combination.
that?
But I'll never forget
Throw
it.
me in the ice.
You were
That sounds gross.
Bro, you were so like I'm a bartender. Like I know what I'll never forget it. Andres' bedroom.
bartender.
No, I know.
I just didn't know what I was doing.
No, we were like I think it might
High
have been
schoolers.
senior year.
And I
Or
just
like-
mixed
or-
Jose
or
Cuervo
like
and
right
Monster
after-
and said, try this
Yeah,
bomb
you were
drink.
like I was like
Fire.
Sal, make me a drink.
I mean,
This was
Jose
like
Cuervo
selling-
and anything
It's
is
disgusting.
just
Yeah,
like
this was like
Yeah.
Sally
Jose
Baby era.
Cuervo is disgusting.
Yes.
Remember
That's
Sally,
what I'm
remember,
saying.
Remember Sally Baby when chicken sandwiches were $1? Like that's that.
Yeah.
So that was
back in
that
Jack in
long
the Box?
ago.
Oh,
where
man,
it was
that
like
was a
I was like Sal, like make me a drink, bro. And you were like, yeah, I got you. Boom, boom, boom. You just mix Jose Cuervo with Monster.
Didn't I tell
Probably
you-
because that was all we had.
That sounds fire. Though.
Yeah,
But didn't I tell you something stupid like it's gonna make your dick real hard and keep it
you
up?
said something.
I believe it.
Yeah,
Because the energy.
yeah, yeah.
The horny
And then you're
goat
like,
weed.
boom. And then I remember drinking. I was like, this is gross, but fuck it. I didn't know. I was
No, because I remember
No,
you were
and-
like, you were like, this is disgusting, and I'm like, yeah, but this won't keep you up all night.
And I remember every house party from there. Like we always had Monster
right.
and fucking Jose. Remember we had.
And
I don't think we were a
and
party
here
crew.
we are now.
Were you
You're
there?
in
Party crew.
Celsius.
Were you there when we threw him a surprise birthday party at Andres' house?
No,
It was probably our most successful.
I wasn't there.
Surprise! You were there.
Were
motherfucker.
you there
Not
when
that
I
I-
threw a surprise birthday party for you?
Hold on,
and had
hold on,
Andreas
hold on,
just
hold on.
show up because
Hold on.
that was a surprise.
do you remember the time that Sal built a stripper pole at Andres' house?
I don't-
And we
I
thought
don't
that
remember.
stripper poles were gonna.
Was it like
Wait,
tether
you-
ball pole?
No.
You guys threw me a surprise birthday party?
Yes, we threw a surprise birthday party at Andres' house. You had no idea what was going on, but so many people showed up. Way more people showed up than what we were expecting.
I do remember.
Was that senior year?
Between upperclassmen, lowerclassmen,
Andres' mom was pissed.
everybody showed
There's
up.
a lot of people
and
there.
we were super like, oh shit!
Yeah.
A lot of people came. From
Was that a
fucking
Super Sex Money Baby party?
Yes.
Hey,
it
can I
was.
say something?
It was.
I
It
had
really
no
was.
idea about
Yeah.
that. Like you guys did an amazing job
Yeah.
hiding it.
Yeah.
Because I had not the slightest clue that it was happening until I showed
Even
up.
now,
It was
he-
popping.
he
And-
didn't
and
even
Miklo
know
was
that you
right.
guys-
It was popping.
Way more people showed up than we anticipated, and Andres' mom was not
Hey,
happy.
no.
Hey, the parties
No.
we used to throw, they were fun.
We've thrown legendary parties.
I give it up to this guy.
Have you ever had a surprise birthday party?
Yeah, my 30th.
You've had a surprise birthday party?
I did, yeah.
You've had a surprise birthday party?
Yeah, you just talked about
Obviously.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a good
I have
time.
not had a surprise birthday
So
party.
you're saying you want a surprise birthday?
We'll do it for your 60th.
Everybody take a hint. Take a hint. And
I mean,
So what you're
I'll
saying-
be 39, 40.
Let's-
Like,
let's take this moment today
acknowledge
on International Women's Day
There you go.
to acknowledge our woman
Are you
cast
so
member,
good?
our sole woman cast member of the show, and let her know, we appreciate you and all that you've done as a woman, as a mother, as a wife. You've done amazing.
birthing 2 beautiful children.
Yes.
Hell yeah! Shout
yeah,
out to
could
You've
kids.
done-
have been
I
more.
love those boys.
Yes, you've done
I
amazing.
love those boys. They're so funny.
Without women,
Thank you.
Love those boys.
we can't do anything without the women. That's basically all we
Thank
ever
you, yeah.
plan our life around is chasing women.
Man,
Shout out
to my mother.
Sandra.
Shout out
Shout
to the
out to
moms.
Mary. Shout out,
I would
shout
never-
Out to
My mom already-
I would never
Yeah.
be here
Guys,
without
your
my
mom.
mom.
Exactly.
I mean, honest, for real. Though.
Well, no, I mean, I know
You-
literally,
yeah.
but I'm saying I could have
Yeah.
been way worse. Like
Yeah.
I,
I mean, any of us.
my mom did
Absolutely.
such an amazing job, and she never had
Yeah.
a male role model.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
my real father left when I was 7 months because he
Right.
wanted to do drugs and be in a gang, and she literally said, like, I'm gonna choose my son and his well-being over this guy who can't get his shit together, because I know keeping this guy around is gonna make my son worse.
Right.
So she excused him, probably somebody that she loved, right?
For the better.
for me. And like that, I'll never understand that sacrifice, but like to see her do that, yeah, it's just
I think
We
you-
are
you
forever
will-
indebted.
You will
never, I'll
understand it
never
once,
be able to
once you,
repay her.
Exactly.
once you
Ever.
have
You have
kids,
kids.
you'll understand what she
Yeah.
yeah. That's
'Cause
why,
once I had-
that's why I want
honestly,
kids so
did. I
bad.
Yeah.
understood how my mom did everything that she did.
Yeah,
I mean,
After,
but
once I was
you.
like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
that's hard.
It's sacrifice at the highest level
You're
Exactly.
that you will
already,
never understand.
you're
So you have
already
kids,
making like reparations to your mother, having her live with you. She doesn't pay rent,
Yeah.
I'm sure, right? Like, so you're already paying it back. You know, the fact
the
that
least
you
I can do.
haven't
That's
had
the ultimate.
yeah, you like,
Least I can
That's the
do.
goal
Yeah.
for everybody,
As
right?
a parent who
your
gets
parents are good.
old, for their kids who want to take care of them and
Yeah.
bring them in, live with them,
Like, you did something right.
potentially see grandkids and all that.
Yeah.
Like that's the ultimate
Yeah.
life right there.
My,
so
my
And
goal
I've-
was
that's the
to,
best.
yeah,
to like live with my mom,
right.
but then it happened. But that was always my end goal.
But I think that that's like, you know, there's fate and like kind of how things were meant to happen.
Right.
And-
You carry on the things that she did for you into your kid.
Yeah.
And that's just, passing on that tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you don't
It's
like,
amazing.
maybe you guys do, but like, do you ever think how much did they sacrifice their own dreams, wants, and desires for you?
So
Like,
much.
Yeah,
what,
no,
could,
yeah.
what could your mom have been, or what could she have done if she not had you and
So
your brother?
much.
Like, I'm glad you
Yeah.
guys are here, right? Because I love
Right.
you guys. You're a brother to me, but they put all that aside and they said, "This is my sole responsibility now. I'm going to be the best parent I can." And I'm sure they had hopes and dreams and aspirations, like we all do.
Yeah.
And they shelved that, right?
I think
for
that
us.
that's, I think that
100%.
that's like something to like really realize in like your daily life of like what the sacrifice of women as a whole
Sure.
and being able to make that choice, because I did make that choice before I was with Mikhail to put myself first, and the difference that it would have made in my life, and the amount of women that I know that like have made choices, positive, negative, whatever,
Right.
and really being able to see that, and the fact that like this is like something that we have to really like, why are we even talking about this? You know what I mean?
No,
Like this
I
is like
mean,
something that like women should just have a right to do, because it's not really without women, where would any of us be?
For sure.
You know,
No,
I have
yeah.
this on my thing. Behind every badass woman, there's a shit ton of other badass women.
It sounds
And-
cliche, but women are like superheroes.
Yeah, and it's for
A single
for
mom is a superhero.
Being
And
a
it's-
being a mother in
Single-
itself
and it's
should
for
be like
labor
the
that is
highest.
unpaid. And it's for labor that's unpaid. It's for labor that it is expected for us to feed and clothe and put, you know, like, whereas for men, maybe it's like oh, you're being a good dad, where it's not expected for men to do it as it
My
is for
cousin
women.
Tim told me about that when I was younger. He'd be like, I don't get it when people tell me, like, oh, I'm being such a good dad, or like, I can't believe you changed diapers. That's expected. Like, why do you?
Right.
He's like, I
Right.
don't need
You don't
praise
have you
for
don't,
doing
you don't
normal
have
shit.
a woman.
Agreed.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I get it. Like,
Right.
I don't feel like I don't need appraisal because I think I'm a good dad, or because I changed a diaper. I don't need a high five. Like, that should be what I should be.
Yeah.
But I only am that because of Tim. Like, I
Right.
saw Tim do it.
Agreed.
But I mean, it could come from anywhere. And
Yeah, everybody has their different.
it really is,
Inspirations.
I think, a matter of teaching and a matter of like being vocal about what you believe, and being upfront about being a 50-50, or if you expect this or that or whatever. You know, there are some people that are cool with being a home provider versus the out of home provider, or people that want a 50-50 where both of them are working equal jobs,
Sure.
you know? So there's different viewpoints or different ways to go about this, but we all have to understand that like women pay a lot, not
No.
just physically.
Did any of you guys watch Court of Gold on Netflix about the USA men's basketball team in
Oh,
the Olympics?
yeah.
Did you watch Court of Gold?
I did.
You watched
yeah.
Court of Gold?
I saw 2 episodes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you got to the episode where Kevin Durant talks about his mom, and then
Right.
his mom also talks about how she raised Kevin,
Yeah.
and she
I
said,
teared up.
I
We can all
teared
relate?
up.
Can we all
I
relate?
cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cried
I teared
because
up.
I cried because it resonates with me.
Yeah.
Like she said, his mom spoke on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I grew up as a black woman, uneducated, in poverty in the ghetto. And I decided that as soon as Kevin showed interest in basketball, that I was going to do everything in my power to get him there.
Right.
Yeah.
And she sacrificed everything for him
Right.
Yeah.
to become one of the best basketball players in
Regardless
the world.
of knowing he'd become a millionaire.
He could have been
whatever.
nothing.
He
And
could have
then
been
you hear
nothing.
him talk about it and he starts tearing up.
Yeah,
Bro,
that-
how could you not cry when you see that?
I 100% as I'm getting older, I realize I
Damn.
am a sympathy crier. If I see somebody
Yeah.
crying for something they're passionate about, for whatever reason,
shit
it,
touched me,
it,
man.
it hits me.
Yeah.
Once,
I got
And
so
when
that-
many
it
built up
comes to
emotions. I get it.
motherhood,
I get it.
You cry all the
I've
time.
been trying. I've been trying not to cry. When
And,
I'm driving.
and that hit me.
That hit me hard.
Him even talking about the way basketball touches different cultures around
Yes.
the world.
Yeah.
The
His
way
love
that
for the game.
he explained it in a way that was like the way that people come together. They all put aside their problems, their issues to come and celebrate this game.
Different walks of life.
It's just a game that people play, but they all come together. They all have fun. They celebrate. They all have fun. That's their outlet of
Yeah.
Yeah.
entertainment, and they celebrate on this world stage.
yeah.
I think
Right.
we all can
Around
we
the
all love
world.
The game of
He was like,
basketball.
he's like, this game has given me so much.
And it's given him everything.
And he talks about it and he's crying. The
Yeah.
But
the
it's-
reporter was
I
like,
I
I can see you're
felt
getting
that.
emotional. And he's
the
like, yeah, man, I'm getting emotional
The
because
strength coming from
It's
the
beautiful.
woman that
He has so much
really
gratitude, too.
had, as you said, no education. The strength of putting something forth and putting energy into
Yeah.
somebody else aside from yourself. And I think that that's really important, no matter what race you are, but especially for like Black women. I think that they are really disrespected, and they really put to keep somebody out of jail. I think that that's a big thing.
Sure.
Number one, just because people are targeted and they could end up in jail for no reason.
Sure, sure.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
there's the gentleman that was in Rikers Island for supposedly stealing a backpack.
oh, I remember that. Jay-Z made a documentary about it.
Right. He ended up committing suicide because he was in there for how many years?
It was like 7 or 13, something like that.
Insane amount of time.
And he was
for-
innocent the entire time.
Right. Right. So I mean, there's a lot of disparaging, commentary, and I think that that goes for any mother of colored children, and for people who are minorities
Yeah.
that are not the status quo, making sure that you're prepared for outside of this and that.
So shout out to all the women out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
In summary,
Right, and putting
Yeah.
the hope, putting the courage, putting the stability
yeah.
or safety in a lot of kids, like
Right.
You just got to give the kid like an option. I
Right.
think, I don't know. I don't want to get emotional. Just
get emotional.
I'm not doing that today.
Let me
I'm not
see
doing that.
it. Come on.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out all the women out there. Shout out all the women.
Shout out the moms.
In summary,
Shout out the
Right.
moms.
for sure,
Yeah,
at
shout
least
out
the three of
moms.
us were primarily raised by women.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not being unseen or underappreciated.
Right.
Everything that we
Yeah.
have is
Right.
Yeah.
because
I've
we were raised
been-
by strong women.
Right. I've been very
And-
lucky to have two very strong women
Right.
help me, and I have my mom, and I have my bonus mom, my stepmom,
Yeah.
who's been with me since very early, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Right.
so.
No, yeah. And I mean, not to get it twisted, when the Father's Day stuff comes up, we'll highlight the men that have been influential in our life.
Yeah.
But as far as today, this weekend, this month, right? For
Yep.
for what I'm
Women's-
aware of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's
Is it,
highlight.
Women's month or
I heard
Women's
it's this whole
Day?
month.
March's month.
Women's
Yeah.
month, but
Okay.
today
there's
was Women's Day.
National Women's Day.
Okay,
And that
okay,
was
cool.
today, March 8th.
Right. So yeah,
Should we
shout
like
out.
all take shout somebody out like I would just shout out Daniela just because she was a baby kid.
So-
I shouted out my mom.
People,
Oh,
people
yeah.
other than our mom, or
Yeah,
just,
because I think our moms is given, right? Like
Yeah.
to recognize like a follower or like I don't know somebody in our life that we know. Like what Daniela's doing with Eddie and the girls and Santiago.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I'm shout out Lindsay too and Valerie. Like I guess we could both
Thank you.
shout out like the wives of the
I
boys.
don't,
Like
I don't shout out nobody. Dude.
Yeah.
Valerie, like Valerie's holding that shit down for Rick.
I'd,
Lindsay holds
Throw
Mikhail
my
down,
drink
like-
in your face.
Yeah, like Mikhail
I'd
and
say
Lindsay, like,
unanimously, obviously, all the
Listen,
wives
shout out
of
the
the
wives, like,
friends
yeah.
in the group, they all do
To the boys that
they're
are
an
not here.
amazing.
Man,
yeah, our dresses wives.
I always say
like,
all the wives to the brothers are
to be able to put up
amazing.
with us,
yeah, because
they didn't know they were
we
getting
all-
all of us.
we all got
I
our
kind of did.
we all
I
got
did.
our problems.
Yeah.
We all got our flaws. We're all
Yeah.
fucked up in some way.
Yeah.
And these women, in my opinion, they've all made the
I
men
think
better.
I don't think Daniela
that
knew she was
each of-
getting all of us. When
I
she
think
met
that
Eddie.
each of you has been very smart in your choosing of
Yeah.
women, and
Yeah. I'm selective.
you know, we know his story and where he
Yeah.
came from, and
Sure.
the
Mexico.
fact, Eddie too with Daniela, and right, but just
He's happy now.
putting your faith in somebody, and really just, especially with having kids with somebody, I
Yeah.
think that that's where you really
No, all
you have to make that decision.
the
where
guys have
you're-
great women in their lives.
Yeah.
Like great women.
All the
Yeah.
women have just as amazing, strong personalities as all the guys in the friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all have their own awesome thing about them that is perfect. That fits part of it. I wish there was.
Because Val's a Virgo. So.
I wish.
Valerie,
Back
Daniela,
Yeah.
Lindsay,
Danielle, yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah, I wish
We're
there
all
was
Virgos.
more times and ways for us to get together. But I get it, life. Right.
navigate that.
Yeah.
I say there's only one caveat. That's only if you cheat.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck you. If you
yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanna give a little bit of a. Have you guys heard about the Steve Smith story?
Steve Smith is crazy.
No, but that was a great segue.
Steve Smith is
Have you guys heard about that?
No, what is
No.
that?
Story where there's an NFL player named Steve Smith Jr. who was hooking up outside of his marriage
Wait,
with.
Steve Smith Senior?
Senior, who was hooking up outside of his marriage.
Correct.
So he was a Baltimore Raven.
He doesn't play anymore though, right?
He's retired.
Okay.
And he hooked up with
retired.
this person since retirement. And he hooked up with a former cheerleader of the Baltimore Ravens. And her husband, a Baltimore Raven band member, put his wife on blast.
Band, remember, as a band, like not allowed to be there. Like
He
the band.
played on the band. She was a
Drumline.
cheerleader.
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
Steve Smith was a
Drumline.
football player.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
And let me ask you guys to put yourselves in his shoes, where
Whose shoes?
the husband who has been cheated on, and he comes across a text message where his wife has been told, or she tells Steve Smith, the football player that she's cheating with,
It's so bad.
that her IUD was fucking rearranged in the process of fucking cheating on her husband.
I'm going to jail.
Where's your guys' headspace in that process of coming across
I just told you.
your wife
I'm going to jail.
finding out that her IUD has just been rearranged? My wife has an IUD, and if I find a text message that her shit has gotten rearranged, someo's got to die.
I'm gonna die.
Someone's got to die.
I'm going to jail.
Someone's got to die.
I'm going to jail.
But this is also
There's no
from
coming back
like
from that. There's no coming back from that.
you've felt the strings.
Sure. I myself have felt the IUD, but the fact that someone has said that they are the fact that you
No,
would,
yeah, she said it, not
would
somebody
have
else.
told that person that it was rearranged. I don't know.
So essentially,
Someone would have
the
to
wife
die.
is saying, "You did me so good,
Yes.
that you blew my IUD out."
Exactly that.
Somebody's got to die.
Where's your headspace?
Somebody
guys? Where's your guys' headspace? Where's your headspace?
Somebody's dying.
Someone's dying.
Somebody's dying.
Same. Okay.
100%.
Let me play this clip.
somebody
Somebody's dying.
He said it so calmly.
Let me play this clip.
He said it like a psychopath.
and hopefully, I mean,
playing that shit.
it might give a little bit more context to the story.
Fuck that.
All right. IUDs have been rearranged, you guys.
Damn, you can't start like that.
And I want to make sure that we are not okay with that. Anywho, I got a summary of what
That shit
happened.
must have hurt.
NFL player Steve Smith Sr.
Or it felt really good.
fucked up his family and also fucked up this lady's IUD.
This motherfucker.
At least it wasn't in
Those text
for
messages
nothing.
are crazy.
Yes. Let's see.
What would you do if you found out your wife was allegedly cheating on you with an NFL legend? Well, we found out what another guy would do this weekend, and the story is something. So over the weekend, this story went viral on X, where this guy alleges that Steve Smith has been railing his wife. And this is the wife in question. Now, this wife here is in the Ravens marching band, and that's how they met, apparently. Now, I would imagine Steve met this woman when he was dressed up in the marching band for the Ravens for some reason. But in this viral post, the guy attached a video of him allegedly talking to Steve, and he said, "Hey, Steve, I know you're, my wife." And Steve goes, "Sorry." Now, of course, that pissed the husband off, and he started going on a tirade. Because Steve here's known as a family man. He's got a wife and 4 kids.
all them
Always with his
kids.
wife at events. He's a family guy. Well, it turns out that Steve is a freak. The wife here had Steve disguised as 3 in her phone. And here's just one text thread between the two of them.
Hold on. Let me ask you guys. Have you guys ever been shady enough to like fucking rename someone in your phone as spam or spam likely?
Spam likely your Domino's or something like that.
In this case,
Settings?
3.
No.
Settings? No.
3 is kind of stupid. It
The
should have been
only
spam
time-
or spam likely.
The only
if you're
time
gonna-
I've renamed somebody anything would be like do not answer. Or like, you know what I mean? Like a shit where it's obvious that I'm like trying to not be around that person or whatever. You know what I mean? That's the only time that I've like changed the number.
Sure.
Other than like to change your name to My Lava. Like
Yeah. None of you guys know.
I have.
There you go. Which one did you?
Not in a relationship.
whore.
Not in a relationship. No, I didn't do this in a relationship. When I'm in a relationship, I'm all in. But there have been times where I was talking to different people, right?
Hope show.
Yeah. Hope show. And I was entertaining different people, right? But I was not committed to any of them, and I let that be very known and clear.
Okay.
But I always felt like, I know this sounds crazy, but even though I was not committed to any of them and they knew that, I always felt like it was disrespectful if I was with one and somebody else would text me and they would see a female's name pop up. Because I'm still with
Yeah,
if they
you're
see
giving somebody your
Pizza
time.
Hut trying to text you.
No, I wouldn't
But
do
if
that.
I'm
Why Pizza Hut
giving you my
I
time.
wouldn't do that.
I get what
wouldn't
you're
do
saying.
that.
I get what you're saying.
Right, so if
Yeah.
I'm I'm like dating,
I'm out
right?
with you. This is your
Yeah, if
time.
I'm dating and I'm talking to like 3 different girls, but I'm on a date with one girl,
That's her time.
it's her time. Like I'm dedicated to you that
It's
time.
your
It's
time
mad
slot, baby.
rude.
do you-
It's
It's your
mad
time slot,
rude.
baby.
It's mad rude
It's
if
your
you see
time
another
slot.
female's name
How
pop
do you
up.
how do you disguise it then?
Okay, so if a girl in my phone was Veronica, that night they were Victor.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm like, she was like, oh, who texted you? I'm like, Victor. He wants to know if we want to play basketball
You're
tomorrow.
trying to blow me up right now.
or if I don't know, I'm just making up names now. Like Stephanie, like that person would
Or
be.
I mean, you are an
Shout out
iPhone user,
Stephanie.
so how many
Yeah.
people would you block and unblock? Just like
I never did
scoop,
that.
scoop,
I never
scoop.
did that.
But-
I never blocked or unblocked ever.
That's amazing.
So I've done that.
Well,
Not in a
okay.
relationship, but I've
No,
done
I
it.
feel you. I've done the
Yeah.
same. All right, I get it. You know, we're young and stupid. I get it.
Yeah, mind you,
It's
that
just-
was,
it's
mind you, that was like a long time ago.
It's relatable. It's funny.
Yeah, I've never done that recently.
Number 3 is just a dumb one. It's not even.
3 is dumb.
It's not even
3
smart.
because 3 makes it sound like you have a body count.
Right.
3 of what? 10? 20?
Oh, 3 is calling you. What the fuck is 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I was so curious.
Somebody's dying though.
And I mean, Jesus, Steve. Boy, these two were texting all the time. He's sending selfies to her. I mean, Jesus. And then the husband proceeded to go into his wife's Facebook account and then post this with all the receipts. Basically just airing out all of the dirty laundry between his wife and Steve Smith Sr. Now, Steve has
Why
yet
would
to
you
address
air
these
out?
allegations, but it doesn't look very good
But
for the man.
also-
So, yeah. That's
Supposedly, the husband logged onto her account and made the post.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. If that makes any
But
sense.
here's the thing: posting receipts
Yeah.
kind of like secures your like, especially these days. Do these people have a prenup? Like, what's the like? Are there like this is like setting him up for like you fucked up, bitch.
Also, I don't have to give you half my money because
I
that
never
makes
thought
sense.
about
Okay.
that, but that's an
makes sense.
interesting point because when you're talking about millions of dollars,
But what's
Right.
nuptial agreements get real big.
I think of
But
it
it's not
from
the
like the
football player.
female's point of
Yeah.
view. Like I know that personally, like I'd be waiting until like I have all of my receipts ready to.
What if
like,
she knew he was cheating and she was trying to find a way out?
No, she was the one cheating with him, Steve Smith.
Right. So it's not Steve Smith.
The band member was the
No,
one
no. I'm
blowing
saying,
her
what
up.
if
Yeah.
Steve Smith's wife knew he was cheating?
Oh, well, she knows now.
oh wait, yeah, but I don't know how that would work. I guess she's reaching out to the other girl, like,
So
hey, blow him up.
it's the girl who was cheating. Her husband that found out is
No, I
leaking
know all
everything
that,
on
but
purpose.
I was thinking, like, what if Steve Smith's wife knew
That
he
doesn't
was
matter.
cheating?
Irrelevant.
But that would only work if she was reaching out to the girl saying, hey, do this so
Yeah.
that we can get paid together.
Irrelevant.
That's a
Nobody
conspiracy.
cares.
Right. Let's
Yeah.
see this last little
We
bit.
can get paid together.
That's what you missed over the weekend in the NFL. What would you do if
So this is an old story.
It's about a week old or so. I want to show you guys the pictures of the messages that were sent because
I thought you were going to
they
show us
were
the pictures of the
fucking
IUDs.
intense. No,
they're
What
outrageous.
he was saying, I've said some wild shit in my time, but
Is there pictures of the IUDs?
crazy.
Okay, so number 3. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what is green? Green is this the wife?
So
Yeah.
yes,
Green is
that's
the
the
sender.
wife. Yeah,
The wife.
Sender.
The wife,
So
right?
the wife is sending it.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
wife is talking to
Yes, sir. Blow kiss, right? And then it's followed up with take me deep down your throat, like you kind of like you wanted to suck me off. Her, I did. I would.
Hold on, let me read her.
Okay, you be her.
Thank God. That was wild.
Yeah, I was like, I can't get aroused to this if you're reading it.
I
Kyle.
did. I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home.
That's insane. Like
So she couldn't gag on it because she had to go home to her
And so
husband?
It
it's
would've been wild if she said
obvious,
if I had to come
it's
home to fuck
obvious
my
that
husband.
there's infidelity because she's acknowledging it bold face.
All I'm seeing is that she's a quitter.
They're
That's what I see.
excuses.
Excuses. I would have gagged on it, but I had to go home.
We don't like that kind of no can do attitude around here.
Thank you.
And she said,
No can do attitude.
You would never make the cut, woman.
He says, you enjoy it. You like to feel it.
I like feeling it deep in my wet.
Crossed out.
Jesus, Lindsay. What the hell?
I'm very uncomfortable right now.
That was wild.
Never want to hear you talk like that again.
Dude,
I never want to
if
hear you
I had
talk like that
Andy,
again.
if I had Andy, like I was getting a half chub, immediately.
Oh my God.
You would be bleeping it out. Cut.
Okay,
hold on. Keep going.
All right. He says, me too. Letting you taste it though would be a turn on. I would have shot my
Nut.
Okay, not put nut all inside your PUSSY. And
I love making you come. I enjoy it more when you come inside me.
okay,
Do you understand how like disrespectful?
as a husband, you come
Yeah.
across these messages.
Yeah. No,
Somebody's
that's like
got
gone.
to die.
Yeah.
No,
Somebody is dying.
I said that earlier before I read these. A lot of people have to die now.
Somebody's got to die. Somebody's got to die.
At this point, innocent people have to die.
Innocent people got to die.
This is wild.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is why I'm single. This is why I'm single.
You're feeding into his insecurities right now, Kyle.
So, and
I don't like it.
I'm reassuring him as why he's better off being single. But this is a voice message from the husband.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
And this is
Yeah, you've been fucking my wife, bro.
response to that.
What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
My bad.
You fucking knew she was married. You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith, Steve Smith Sr.
She knew she was married. It's not her. It's not his fault.
What kind of dumb shit was that?
Why is he mad at Steve though?
I mean, if
Be
it's,
mad at the wife.
Right.
Why are you
right.
crying, man? Be a fucking man.
Well,
I can
I mean,
understand.
I would be mad at
Some bit.
Steve too.
Both.
Yeah, I
both,
can
both.
understand being mad because he knew that she's married and like crossing that line of like, all right,
Yeah, like
you're
that's
married.
a dog
like,
move.
Yeah.
That's a dog move.
Yeah.
But be mad at both.
Yeah,
Both.
no, and I
I'm
think,
sure he is.
and that's why he dogged her by putting it out on her social
Yeah,
media,
that was
so
him dogging
everybody
her.
that she knows. Yeah, I mean, regardless,
I'm
like,
sorry.
yeah,
Yo, that is crazy.
As a man, though, why would you post this?
He's trying to put him.
I think he's-
I would
think he's-
never post.
He's trying to
this.
put
No,
him
I-
on blast and
I
his
think,
I'm
he's
way
done,
too-
I think he's done with oh girl.
Yeah, he's done.
He's
Right.
done with old girl. So at that
But
point,
now you want everybody to know you got cheated on?
I mean, it
I
don't
wouldn't
matter
wanna
no
post
more.
that.
I don't think he cares. I think he's trying to humiliate her
He's
because
trying to
she
blow
did him
up
wrong.
Steve Smith.
Wow.
But do you think in today's society, the general public is going to look at her like she was wrong? She cheated on her husband with a
I'm
natural
looking at her
girlfriend.
like she's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Right,
A
but you know
whore.
how fucked up the general public is? They might look at her like
Her family.
go off queen. Like, yeah.
Okay.
They're probably gonna try and
They
twist
might,
it.
but I don't.
You know
think
what I mean? Like,
that's the minority.
No.
The majority's gonna say she's wrong. They're gonna hate her.
No,
especially her family.
on both
Her
ends.
family.
hold on,
Yeah.
but look at that selfie. That is a fucking psychopath.
Okay, I'm gonna read-
serial killer selfie.
I'm gonna read the following, which is a post from the husband, presumably on his wife's Facebook account. And
Maybe he's a cook.
He posts the evidence.
This Biggie Balls fire.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
It is pretty good.
No, it's good, right?
I'm
It tastes like Kool-Aid.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
He posts the evidence. I'm assuming he came across. So the message starts like this.
You want to hit this?
Hi, I am Nicole Martinez. Though I won't be a Martinez for much longer. You see, I have been cheating on my husband, and I have been doing so with the famous Steve Smith Sr. Pics attached for reference. I had him hidden under quote unquote number 3, but that's been fixed. My husband bought me a house. He stood by my side after I had been arrested twice for domestic violence. And this is how I repay him and our son. This is definitely not her putting this post.
Right.
Oh,
This
I
is,
thought it was.
No, this is him.
Oh my
under
God, I
her
was gonna say,
profile.
you
So
dumb.
Yeah.
The backstory is that she beat him twice.
She did,
And
apparently.
got caught
So he's
twice.
not-
Why did she
on her
cheat on
thing.
him?
On
then?
her post.
That makes
on
sense.
her
Then.
account.
Of course,
On her
she
whole
cheated on
post?
him.
Yes.
She doesn't take him serious if she beat him. Like, she
No,
doesn't take him serious.
no,
Listen,
not at
no
all.
wonder.
There's
What kind of victim mentality is that? You're not going to blame him for getting cheated on?
It's his fault he got cheated on.
No.
It might be, but who knows?
No.
She beat him? You're going to stay with a girl that beats you?
I mean, but I don't think that that's like to blame
He deserved
him.
that shit.
That's some. No.
That's okay. That's
what he
no.
gets.
That's definitely
what he gets
that's-
for being a pussy.
No, that's definitely one angle. If
Sure.
somebody beats you twice, right?
Twice.
If somebody beats you twice, maybe you should have the sense to leave.
Right,
But
it's
you could also
like,
make the argument he was a good man that stuck by her side and loved her and
like,
believed
they
in
had
her.
a family.
Right.
They had kids.
There's
like,
reasons
I'm looking
why
at
you
this little
stay.
bit right now.
That
This is
100 times.
There's reasons why you stay.
99 times out of 100, it's the female staying with the man while he's doing all this bullshit.
I wouldn't say 99 out of
If I
100.
ever get cheated on, and
a little
I'm never going to
inflated.
leak a text message where somebody was talking to my wife, oh, I knocked the IUD out of you, or I love the way.
Yeah, no,
so
that
you
is-
made me, like, that would
That's crazy,
make me
but
That's
feel
after the
like,
fact, though.
what
Yeah.
the fuck?
You're
Like,
talking about, you're saying he should have left before that happened.
No, I'm saying he should have never leaked any of this.
Oh,
He makes himself look bad. Like,
I
Yeah.
think they all look bad.
this
Honestly.
is what I would,
I think
I
they all
would
look
expect
bad.
a wife to leak this type of information when she finds
No,
out
I think they all
her
look
husband
messy.
is cheating, but for her husband to do this, like, bro, you gotta just like take that and talk to a therapist. You don't need to talk. Put your whole business out for social media.
Maybe this
Like,
is
No,
therapy.
but
Fuck
again, this
that.
is like I feel like coming,
would never tell nobody I
coming
got
straight
cheated on.
up in the public with receipts. It kind of puts them all on blast that like he can't get shit, she can't get shit. Like we're about to cut this up real.
But if I got the
even.
records, I got the records. I don't need to put it on
The
The only
blast
thing I'll say
for the
about your
records to be
argument
valid.
is that the only one that's going to be good after all this is Steve Smith
Yeah,
because he has money.
yeah, exactly.
Nobody
But
else will
also,
be good.
but
Everybody
also,
else.
we don't
So
know.
this is a money
we don't
move.
know
This is
what
foul on
kind
his
of.
part. Like, this is just.
We
a
don't
money
know
move.
what
He's trying
kind
to
of
get some money out of it.
Steve Smith has with his.
It don't matter. He has money. He'll if he has to convince her
I
to
mean,
stay.
I
with
don't
a,
know how
with
much
a $20
money
million
NFL
wedding
players
ring.
really have, and he's retired.
You know what's even crazier?
Depends on
what
what he
if
did with
this
his money.
isn't even like? What if this was a plan from the jump? What if it was they were just a really broke couple? This is like conspiracy theory.
Yeah, because they're getting
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
attention now.
What if they were just like, we need to make
Like
some
Gone
money?
Girl
Like, hey,
status?
go
Like-
fuck Steve Smith, and then we'll do this after. I'll
That's
come
like
out
something Denz
as the
would do.
crazy,
That's
like,
diabolical. That's
But
diabolical.
like, what if that's the? You never know. Like, people are so fucking
That's
crazy these days.
wild things.
I wouldn't, but I
wild
wouldn't,
things.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
put it past that.
Let me
is
read
all-
this. Let me read this last text bubble.
Uh huh.
He sends turn you over and get deep inside of you, and she says, "Deep inside is an understatement.
Oh, yeah,
Felt
yeah,
like
dog.
you were going to rearrange my IUD. You were deep. LOL. Someone's got to die. Someone's dying. Somebody
kill her.
is gonna get
Somebody's
dead.
I don't even know why we're talking about it anymore.
I'm getting so mad.
I'm getting
so mad.
If the point of you trying to read more stuff is to get me more infuriated, you're fucking succeeding.
Is it working?
Yeah, because at this point, I've lost all respect for that husband. Now I want to go fight Steve Smith.
Exactly. Oh my god.
This is wrong.
yeah.
He didn't approach
but
Steve
the-
Smith. He put
the
it on
thing is-
Facebook.
the thing
That's
is-
some bitch
Be a man.
shit.
Be like LeBron.
Be a man and go fucking fight this
not
guy.
only
LeBron.
does he
Exactly.
know,
Yeah,
not
keep my
only
son's name
does
out
he
your
know
mouth.
that he's married, he knows that she's married.
guy's
She
a
knows that
bitch.
he's married. She knows that she's married. Everybody here is married.
You know what's the-
Nobody here involved should be involved in
You know
this
what's the worst
situation.
part about this?
They did on purpose.
Is that the husband just found out his dick game is weak.
Yep.
bitch.
Yep.
Like that's even more insulting than getting cheated on. Like I would rather get cheated on than say my dick game is weak.
Have you ever-
What
have you-
instrument did he play in the band?
Don't matter.
Did he think that
wasn't
it was
big enough.
bands that made her dance?
It wasn't big
Oh,
enough.
I thought you were gonna say the trombone.
It wasn't big enough. Whatever it
oboe?
was, it wasn't big enough.
The trombone. I remember like when he so he was no longer in a relationship. He was single. And then you guys first started dating. Oh man, some of the stories he told me. I'll tell you off air, but like he was like, "This girl's changing my life."
You know what? You know what I remember?
I told you. He tells you everything.
And that's why
tells
we're
you
10
everything.
and that's why we're 10 years in.
Right.
and,
You know
Right.
what's so
like,
funny about is that
Keep her.
I remember him talking about her like when they first met, and he was always so happy. Like and
Yeah, they
like
had
we
a
started
great
going.
time.
We started
Yeah.
going to breweries often.
Yeah.
It was this relationship
around the
started.
beginning of
yeah,
it.
about the beginning of your guys' relationship.
She exposed him
That's
to a
when we started
whole
going to
different
breweries
world.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I told her that.
Yeah.
He wasn't
I told
used
her
to,
that.
and,
She knows
and he
that.
said that. He
So
said
funny.
that openly
Yeah.
on the pod.
The first
Me and
night
Lindsay
that
got
me
mom.
and Adrian met,
Right from the jump.
some bitch said, "Well, I don't even like beer," and we're at a brewery, and we both just looked at each other, and we were like, "This fucking bitch,"
I remember
and
the-
it was
The first night she came out and she was gonna hang with us. We were in North Park.
Was that the Modern Times night?
The night she tried to drink with me and Cakes.
Oh yeah, and I
Oh,
did.
Yeah, you got hammered. You
yeah,
got pretty
I
fucked
guess.
up.
Yeah, I
Fucked
guess
up.
you could. Oh, you think she did hang with us?
You got
but,
pretty
like,
fucked
she
up.
was
Yeah.
You got pretty fucked up.
destroyed, and then
Yeah,
the next day
yeah.
we
The night that
woke
we went
up.
out?
I think we played basketball the
Yeah,
next
they-
morning.
Yeah, we
They-
went to
they tag team.
Yeah.
North.
Yeah, I
What is it called?
Cakes.
Modern Times?
Cakes did her dirty.
He's a monster.
No.
Yeah.
He's a demon.
Cakes was a beast back
in
then.
North Park. What is the fucking bar called?
True North.
True North.
Cake was a.
No, but
a
it was like
beast.
$3 Jameson.
He's such
you
a
call
backdoor,
it,
like,
or
hey,
something.
let's tag team and fucking
Yeah.
fuck
He
this
said
person
that.
up.
He's like, hey, you want to just go like shot for shot? And I'm like, yeah, that's the goal. Like we're
Yeah,
all gonna
yeah.
do shot for shot.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you do a shot with her, then I do a shot with her.
Yes,
I'm like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
seem fair, but okay.
That was like a great time.
Hey, but the actual first time that we hung out with Cakes was at your house when you guys lived with Daniela in that
Oh,
townhouse.
sure.
And
he dropped it
Cakes
hot?
dropped it like it's hot.
Sure.
And I found
Broke
out
both
some
his
things
knees.
that I didn't want to know about you the very first night that I hung out with you.
Oh yeah, I
That was a
don't
great
remember, but I
Yeah.
remember.
That was a great time. That was
Yeah.
a great time.
No, and then
All right, next topic.
and
Next
then
topic.
literally- so listen, my friend from gave me medicine because I was actually sick.
Right.
And the next morning, I knew that he had the day off also. And I called him and I was like, I got to go to urgent care real bad. I need antibiotics. And took me and I had a strep test and I had strep throat. But that was like literally the very like first time essentially that we hung out.
Probably.
Did we go to the hills before that?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Me and you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hills, that's a good bar.
That's a great bar.
That's a great
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, we need to make time to go out there
It
soon.
was fun.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
cool.
So
We'll do that as a pod group.
yeah.
Maybe write that off or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we tried to go there last time, but somebody already had somebody coming to Pete's place
Who did that?
or the Regal, whatever
Oh.
that bar was.
Next topic.
So
Next topic.
yeah.
Next
Topic.
question, please.
Next topic. Have you guys ever been denied an Uber ride because you were too fat?
Adrian.
Fuck you. Whoa! Fuck you guys. No, never. Never. I did get denied fucking zipline in Vegas with Andres.
You did.
Oh, there's a way
There was
limit.
a
They
weight
said
limit.
you were
There's
10, they said you were 8 pounds
Nope.
overweight.
Two.
You didn't- Two?
Two. And because I was drinking beers in line. We were in line. For so
Oh, you
long.
blame the beer.
Didn't you say something like,
You
I'll
need to
go
go
take a
pee-pee?
shit real quick?
Let me go pee pee.
Dude, we were, me and Andres were in line for like. There was a first. This is when we went to
He said
Vegas.
something stupid like
this
that.
is when we went to Vegas for Rick's bachelor party.
Yeah, that was a while. Yeah.
When he broke his
Ow.
ankle, and we enjoyed his back. Night one, he breaks.
Don't put Ricky on blast like that. He broke
All right,
it.
that's a topic for next week. Continue
That's
on.
when we'll get into
Let's
that.
just-
Yeah.
To summarize,
But yes,
he injured himself in the pool.
Yeah.
In the pool.
walking down.
I love Rick, but in the pool.
Pool is dangerous.
And he stayed home. Or he stayed in the hotel. We all went out for his bachelor party.
Well,
Your little
So-
one's birthday.
the whole point of this story, there was a lady, a rapper named Dank DeMoss.
There is a rapper.
There is a rapper, a heavy set rapper, who recently
That's an understatement.
tried to press charges on Uber.
Keep your comments to yourself.
On
Sorry.
You know what? Let me
big
let me just show you guys the video and then I'll ask your reactions after.
Okay, undelay.
Is that
Uber
fair?
drivers'
Yes.
responses are wild.
Yes. You've seen it?
You heard it, right?
Oh, of course.
I saw that she was on the Breakfast Club, but I didn't. Like I saw the clip, but I didn't.
Yeah, her Breakfast Club comments are.
This guy looks like a fucking lizard. What's wrong with his nose?
Bro, look at her in the car.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car? So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car? So I gotta order another lift.
She's chasing the
A plus-sized rapper has sued Lyft after claiming a driver refused to pick her up over fears she was too big to
That's
fit in
why
his
she
car
ordered a small
and could
Lyft.
burst his tires.
What? What you saying?
I got no space in my car is small.
I can fit in this car?
So,
Stop laughing,
in
Mikhail.
the very beginning,
Mikhail,
she's
stop
like, I
laughing.
can
Don't
fit in
pull
this
up.
car. And he's
Yeah.
like, believe me, you can't.
Hold on.
God damn it, Mikhail.
These cars, there's no way that she's too heavy for this car.
Yeah.
Like,
No, not at all.
like,
Yeah.
These cars are rated for so
Yeah.
many pounds.
Well,
and
that's a that's a 5-person
bro,
car, right?
It's a regular sedan. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
no
Yeah.
I'm
way.
not that small.
So just think,
Oh
if
my
it can
God.
fit 5 people and they're 200 pounds
And,
each,
and she's one person.
right? But if it's 200 pounds each or 5, that's 1,000 pounds.
If she-
he's probably 200
Yeah.
pounds.
Roughly.
So she would have to be 8 to even get to that 2
Exactly.
times
No.
5
To be over.
to be over. But that's not even. You could do more than 2 times 5.
Exactly.
I'm just
That's
saying
it.
theoretically.
So she's
That's an ignorant ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Like,
wasn't talking shit.
Yeah.
wrong.
He's
Yeah.
talking
No.
shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
this is
No, he
fat.
didn't want to let her in
So-
because she looks fatter than
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
This is fat.
No, but that
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Well, was
Like,
she recording a music video in his
You're
car?
gonna get paid
do
regardless
that.
of if
If I'm-
he, like, just drop her off.
No,
If
but if
that
I'm an
dude-
Uber driver and
hold
she
on.
wants to take a video, make videos in my trunk, what it looked like she was
If-
doing, I would
No.
cancel the ride too. Like,
No,
She just wants
but
to ride.
I'm not
Yeah,
here
yeah.
to let you
She
like
wants to
shoot a
ride.
video.
How much does she weigh?
I don't think it says.
It does in one of them.
Does it? Oh, I don't
So
know
I think
if I,
she's, so I think she's
got
like
that.
close to 500 pounds
Okay, close to 5.
for one person, right? But here's the thing: if that dude picked you, Mikhail, and me up,
Yeah.
he probably wouldn't deny us the ride. And I know for a fact, us 3 are over 600 pounds.
Yeah, he didn't
I'm
wanna let
over
her in.
200 about
Yeah.
myself.
Exactly.
You're over 2. You're over 2.
Right.
That's 6 plus. I'm pretty sure she's close to 5.
Easily.
Isn't that his option though? Like, it's his choice. I don't have to
But
pick you
why?
I don't think so. I don't think that's wrong.
Why
Yeah.
pick on her like
Like-
that?
And that's the thing is,
Is it
you're
'cause
gonna
she
get
had a
paid,
fupa?
and all you got to do is just drive her from A to B, and she'll probably give you a tip on top of it.
Well, regardless, that's your job. Even if you don't get a tip.
Exactly.
I would've taken the ride, 'cause I know that would've been a fun
You're
ride.
That's what you signed
making
up
the
for.
choice.
If I did
to
Uber,
put
I
your
would've
car
took
out
that.
there.
Like, that would've been a fun-ass
no,
ride.
and that
I
goes
would've been
back
talking
to
shit.
my
Had
point
stories,
of
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
an
it would've been-
ignorant ass motherfucker.
Dank DeMoss, 36, filmed her interaction with the Lyft driver earlier this month, showing her arguing back and forth over whether she could fit into his
I mean,
vehicle.
thighs. I mean,
Dude, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. No, that was messed up.
So
You're
you
wrong
telling
for
me
that.
I can't get in the lift because I can't fit in your car?
She didn't
out of
even
breath.
fit. She didn't even fit the
But
breakfast
that's
club.
not. It doesn't matter if she's out of breath or
What
not.
makes you think I
I'm not
can't
saying
fit
it
in this
matters.
car?
I'm stating a fact. I'm not saying it
Although the
matters.
driver said
She
it
should've
would be
gotten a
fun to
ride.
ride
Well,
so
the thing is
DeMoss
she
wouldn't be
lost
charged for the trip.
What?
She sued the
didn't-
taxi
she didn't win
service
nothing.
claiming she was
Really?
discriminated
Didn't win nothing.
against.
I think she should
She
have got
told
a ride.
Fox 2,
You would think so.
It doesn't
right?
matter if she's
"Car
out of
smaller
breath.
than that.
Told
I
Fox
just want
2.
them
What
to
is
know
Fox
that it
2?
hurt
It doesn't
my
matter if you
feelings."
can't see her knees.
My best friend
Because-
has a Biz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
I have I have
So you
an
really
aunt
telling me
who is
I'm too busy in
larger
your car?
than this
So I
person.
gotta order
And
Are you serious?
yeah. And
to be
believe
more
me, like she can fit in a car.
very tired.
Like it's fine.
What I got to do with your tires?
Yeah. There's like the tires are
Talk
rated.
about payload. That's the wrong
Yeah.
thing, though. Like,
How do
Yeah.
you know
you
I
know
don't
what I
have
mean?
no
If you
space?
can snug her ass back there, let her get in. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
And that's what I'm saying.
that
Yeah.
cancel, not
That-
you cancel.
That dude could have had 4 people in his car.
Yeah.
3 in the back and 1 in the front riding shotgun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That were 150 pounds each.
Exactly.
You know how small a 150 pound male is.
Tiny.
That's tiny.
Tiny.
4 of those is more than her.
Exactly.
So she lost the lawsuit. That's she should have.
She lost.
I think it was all
lawsuit. She
planned.
tried to sue the Uber driver for not allowing her the ride.
I think no, she tried to sue Uber.
Uber.
Right. She
Yeah,
sued
she
Uber for discrimination.
tries to sue Lyft after the driver, and that's the thing is like there's Lyft and their drivers. There's so many Lyft drivers and the passengers, the people
Yeah.
that are requesting. You all have to sign like a waiver ahead of time, right? And so being held accountable for anything is really not on Lyft.
Right.
You know, for the driver, and you have no way to really get a hold of the driver once you're done. So it was kind of a fucked up thing on, okay, really she should have just been like, all right, whatever, fuck off then, and I'll request a new
She was gonna
Uber.
get her money back.
Yeah.
She did get her money
yeah,
back.
like,
But she
and
wanted
it,
more than her money back.
right,
Well,
because it's
yeah,
not
exactly,
it's not
that's all.
on it's not on Lyft at all, and really the driver has no accountability. They own their car or rent their car or whatever, but Lyft is not accountable for the driver's car. The driver's not accountable for any of Lyft's kind of
If the driver
guidelines
if the
or
driver
whatever.
doesn't want to
Like,
take a passenger,
Yeah, you don't have to accept
They
it.
have the right.
Yeah, it's your right
and that
to not-
and that goes for pretty
not
much
take the ride.
any business in America. Is anybody reserves the right to provide service or
Yeah,
not?
refuse
So,
any fat
yeah.
people.
right. Refusal.
I mean, yeah.
including fat people.
Yeah, goddamn
What?
fatties.
Including fat people.
Oh,
The right
yeah.
to refusal.
Fat people can refuse.
I don't know, whatever you want. Whatever you
Right?
want.
I mean, it's just kind of silly because he was gonna get paid regardless. It was just.
He didn't
kinda
want his
like-
tires
Yeah,
to
but he
pop.
didn't want his tires to pop. That would have been a lot more expensive bill.
Just didn't
I
want the
mean,
fat
maybe
girl in
he
his
needed
car.
new tires and.
Maybe. But I'd rather just
I
pay her,
thought this
I'd rather
was funny.
pay her back $20 than have to pay $1,000 on 4 new tires.
I agree. All right.
Shout out to fat girls.
I try to say that so serious.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going with that.
I don't know, but
Well, the next thing on my list.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Tank Davis fight?
I did it. I heard about it after.
I was
did it?
working, but I heard that the guy he fought, La Rocha, got robbed.
Roach or whatever.
Rocha, whatever, he got robbed. That's what I heard.
Right.
I heard around the same thing. He got robbed. But you got to beat the champ, right? Like that's the only way. It
All
works.
I heard
you
was
have
that-
to beat
yeah.
the champ.
Was that fucking Tank had fucking grease go in his eyes and
Something about
fucking
he
took a
blamed
knee.
it on his hair braider or something like that.
I don't know.
Oh, I heard he took a knee, yeah.
He took a knee.
And he blamed it on his the braider of his hair.
His hair braider, but I want to show you guys a video of what happened, and you guys can kind of tell me if this was like kind of a valid timeout or not. But let's see.
It's awesome because I haven't seen it. No, that's not valid at all.
Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with
Yeah, just like a random
Yeah, and then he looks to the left. So he goes to the corner. He's talking about his
I haven't
eyes.
seen it until now.
Supposedly, he just got his hair braided, and the grease from his hair
That doesn't matter.
was bleeding into his eyes.
Right.
And
I'm
Like
not
some
saying
sort of
that's
like a
not
known-
true, but that doesn't justify
But
taking
that's-
a knee there.
And
But
he took a
also,
knee.
to me,
That's not the rules in boxing.
Exactly.
right. Being in the insurance industry at some point, like that's you need to like be able to control the vehicle. Like that's on you to.
What are
get
you
your
talking
hair-
about? Cars?
To get your hair braided so far ahead in advance, like you know that you have this fight coming up. You should be prepared.
And is he saying he just got it braided before the fight?
Yeah.
So I want to point out the rule, according to Google, as far as taking a knee in the middle of a
Yeah, you
fight.
can't do it.
And it reads, a knee is not counted as a knockdown in boxing. when a boxer intentionally takes a knee to the canvas, not as a result of being hit by a punch, and the referee determines that the action was not due to being knocked down, but rather from a reason like being adjusting equipment or wiping something from their eyes, this is considered a slip and not a knockdown, even if their knee touches the canvas.
Wow.
Interesting, right?
So by that
probably
definition,
pre-calculated.
it shouldn't be counted as a knockdown.
It wasn't,
which is what everybody was saying.
It wasn't counted against him.
Well, no, a slip is still counted against them, right?
I don't
think it's weighted as heavy as a knockdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, didn't Ryan Garcia?
But everybody was saying that should have been counted as a knockdown.
People thought he should have lost this fight.
Well, like
Because
that's
of that.
that's what Ryan Garcia did, right? After Tank hit him in the rib, knocked him. He took a knee.
That's
giving
different.
up.
But that was him giving up, though?
raising the
That's
white
completely
flag.
opposite
Like,
of
I
what
take
Mikhail
it
just
No,
read.
I'm saying, but
He took a knee because of the hit to the ribs.
right, but they're
It's
trying to say
possible.
that. But they're trying to say that Tank did that. It didn't look like Tank did that. He just took a knee out of
Show me again.
right at.
No,
he didn't look
the
tired.
rule. What Mikhail just read is exactly what Tank did.
Yeah.
So
All
by
right.
definition, it's a slip.
Yeah, because he
watch
did it by
again.
choice.
Does he
Which
take
one
a-
is Tank?
Tank is
With the
the,
braids.
gentleman with the braids.
Farthest away from you.
The braids.
Okay, with the gold gloves.
Facing
Got
him.
it. Okay.
So it's whether he took a knee
As a result of
of the hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see. 9th round, mind you. Fight's almost over.
Out of 12.
He did
Got
get
it.
hit before that.
Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still,
I don't. Okay.
Was that? But did he connect on that jab?
It doesn't
No, he
matter if
didn't
he
even
connected or
touch him.
not.
He didn't
Do
touch
you
him.
think
Okay.
that? Do you think
That
he
was
took
like
the
a
knee because of the
tap.
result of that
Like-
jab? Because after the guy throws the jab, Tank brings his gloves down, looks at the ref, and then takes a knee.
Yeah.
If the jab was what
Do it
caused the
again.
knee,
You're not
he
gonna
would've
think
got
about
jabbed,
that.
then he would have kneed.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought about to look at the ref.
And I didn't know like that was the rule, which you just read. So
Yeah,
it's
neither
by
did I.
definition, it's a slip.
That
Which
was
means-
something. I
so
was
that's like that
curious about.
Mayweather boxing. That's
Well,
smart
it's not counted
boxing.
as a knockdown.
Right,
The
it's
knockdown
smart-
is way more points deducted.
It's smart boxing.
It might be. Watch. He looks at the ref. He dropped his hands, looked at the ref, and then kneed.
And he's kind of signaling about his face. And he's kind of making a thing like, hey, my face, whatever. Maybe he's communicating like, hey, my eyes or whatever.
Yo, I'd never seen this until you played it right now, Mikhail, but I think it makes a big difference. I thought, so everybody was talking before this like that when he took the knee, he was in trouble. And he took the knee because he was trying to avoid being knocked out. He was not in trouble at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that. at all.
He was fine.
Yeah,
he was fine.
it doesn't look like he took that at all.
So,
I don't know. That's
So they're trying to say is that the
they're
But
trying to
it's-
say
but
he
it's
took the
also-
knee because he was
Because
getting
of-
ready to get knocked
No,
out,
it
and
was
also
like-
they're saying it should be counted as a knockdown, which is more points deducted than
But
a
I
slip.
can understand. I can understand. Like
purposeful
you
knee.
need to be
It's
ready
on
for
purpose.
your fight. You
Yeah.
need to be like in and like taking a knee. Like anybody
Well-
can just maybe take a knee anytime, and there's a
Yeah,
line
sure.
or a boundary.
Well, look at Colin Kaepernick. He took a lot of knees. and look where that got him. Look what I got him. He's not in the NFL anymore. I love the guy though.
I just think that
Jesus.
this Tank, this isn't the first fight he's had with braids.
Yeah,
Why would this be any
he's
different?
fought all his
than
fights
any-
with braids.
Why?
Right? Well, most of a lot of them.
Why is this interfering with this fight now? But maybe he
That's a
did
good
go to
point.
someone new. I don't know.
That's a good point.
But I think this is his.
Are you trying to say
comment.
you went to a new braid artist?
I think that's what he says. Like he went to somewhere
Oh,
different. Watch. Let me see. He finds out that it's a draw. It's a tie.
And that's his first draw, right? To his record.
First draw, any blemish to his record. This is it. And I
And
want
he was
to.
undefeated.
I want to see one of these. Here we go.
took a knee midway through this fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened? I just got my head done 2 days ago, and she put grease in my shit, so the shit was like.
And let me point out, the hairdresser.
She came out and was like, "Don't fuck my reputation up."
Well, she said that we did your hair days ago, and you've had plenty of sparring and plenty of training since then. Why wasn't this addressed prior to the match?
She had to come out smooth.
I
though.
can't
You gotta protect your
speak
brand.
on this topic
Yeah, you gotta
educated
protect
because
your
I've
brand.
never had black hair. I've
Sure,
never
sure,
got
sure.
grease in my hair. I've never gotten my hair done with with braids.
Exactly.
I mean,
Is
again,
that have you done that in the past, right?
Again,
I've never had
to
it
me,
braided,
like
no.
this is a thing of like you should be prepared, and like regardless, like
Yeah.
you should have had your shit braided 12 days, like 2 weeks ahead of time. Like your shit can still be tight 2 weeks ahead.
Mikhail makes a
Like,
good point. Like he's fought a lot of fights with his hairs in those exact braids.
Right.
So is he saying that all the fights before he got his hair braided a week prior,
right,
instead of 2 days prior? Which why would you change that up? I don't
Yeah,
know.
Why
that-
would you
that's-
switch your
yeah.
hairdresser?
There's a lot of
fuck.
questions there.
Whatever the
I mean,
case
and
is.
I understand that you have. Okay, if you need to change your hairdresser, you should do that more than 2 days ahead of the fight.
Supposedly.
All I can say is that the knee did not look like he was getting like
Yeah.
beat up.
He wasn't losing.
Yeah,
In that
I don't think he
moment.
was losing.
Not in that moment.
no,
Right. But I
Yeah.
yeah.
There's guys that like in the UFC or there's certain fights like when they're losing and they know they're losing, they will grab the fence or something,
Sure,
right?
sure.
To try to preserve him. The
That
ref will
didn't
say
look
like, get
like
off
that.
the fence. It
Yeah.
didn't look like he was
No.
losing at all. Like
No.
it didn't look like he was in any jeopardy of getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Right.
When he took that knee.
This is his kind of explanation.
That was the
right here.
argument.
You know, like when I'm sweating and things like that, and the grease come in my face, it burned my eyes. That shit. Damn, why y'all boy like I'm saying bullshit? Like this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I think that's done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you. Turn around and love you again. You know what I mean?
I mean, for real though, they love you and then they hate you. Like
Yeah, but I didn't know Rocha had built
more
like
money,
that
more
too.
problems.
I mean, Tank is that biggest draw in boxing outside of probably Canelo right now. So
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it does not look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To take that knee and just kind of say it's your hair, even though you've had braids this entire time you've been boxing. So that's kind of the big kind of speculation out of that fight from the past weekend.
Conspiracy theory.
Huge conspiracy theory.
Well, I was gonna say plot twist. The hairdresser works for Rocha,
Right.
And she put a little bit extra sauce in the cornroll juice to set him up for failure, right?
Right.
No.
It's true.
My tinfoil hats on.
Yeah,
bro.
like
Yeah, I
she
got
was
you.
using extra mustard, and then he went into a fight, and he's like,
Mustard on the beat,
"Damn,
girl.
I didn't know we were making hot dogs around here." And he's like, "My eyes burning." Take a knee.
Mustard.
Yeah, DJ Mustard. No, I'm serious. Like,
It's true.
If you want to think about it, like that could be a plot twist.
It's possible.
Okay.
I don't think that's real.
No.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think anything I said right now made sense, but it makes sense to me.
All right. My next topic for you guys. I want to make it a point to highlight things that not only just newsworthy and fun, salacious to talk about, but also positive and things that are like, I don't know, productive to our society just as a whole, and maybe things that go under the radar. And one of the things I want to highlight is the Wayans family, Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, Damon Wayans, that whole clan, Keenan Wayans. I'm sure you guys have watched all their movies. And they've recently been awarded.
Living color.
They've recently been awarded a NCAA award for their longevity in entertainment and culture, and I kind of want to share that so everybody can see it.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to talk about things that are positive and things that stood out. And I'll
Definitely a group of people that have reached a lot of people.
they've made a huge impact in me and my life, in the movies that they've made, and the humor that I have today attributes a lot to the Wayans family.
Right.
And
everybody's
the Wayans
been
Bros, the
everybody's
show,
at least
like,
seen something.
Let me start out with a tribute for them to kind of trigger your guys' memory on the things that they've done in the past.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to see this.
And then I'll follow it up with their speech for their award. And hopefully that'll kind of trigger some feelings as far as like why they're so important to culture today, whether that people realize it or not. I know we will because we've been around for that.
Yeah.
And that's why I want it to be a thing that we don't skip over.
Yeah.
I told Lindsay when I came across it, like how much I appreciate and love the Wayans family or brothers or the Wayans show or whatever.
Any sauce and any of 3 crusts.
Everybody's somebody.
So dream big.
Right.
You order 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each.
He said that so seriously. I was like, yeah, everybody.
More than that, oops, I just wanted to say, Keenan Ivory Wayans is known for putting his whole family on.
They're the first family of modern American comedy. The Wayans.
What was it like in your house?
Crowded.
Who together have given fans some of the most iconic television shows and films of the past 35 years.
Everybody in my family is funny. I see you. We've been studying comedy since we was 5 and 6 years old. Y'all just pausing. We used to dream we gonna have our own TV show. Word. And one day, my brother showed us that we could do it. Welcome to In Living Color. I'm Keenan Ivory Wayans.
It was Keenan who led the way with In Living Color.
White chicks.
You know, white chicks, you know,
Right.
scary
Wayans
movies.
Bros.
They transcend
Major
like,
Pain.
Yeah, they
Major Pain, their
transcend
Netflix specials.
all genres,
And then
kind of thing.
in
Like
Living Color, you've
Nobody
seen
knew. David
Yeah.
Wayans was like
amazing.
the comedy,
back in the day.
yeah, the
No, for like a
comedy.
stand-up, too.
That's
Yeah.
Coach too. What about Coach from
Yeah.
New Girl? Coach.
David Wayans
Yeah.
was a killer.
Right. Let me see. Or have you guys seen The Handyman?
Yes,
The Handyman? Have you seen that?
with
Damon Wayans on Living Cover played a handicapped person.
yes,
And the inspiration for that was because he has a cleft foot. So when he was younger, he was put in a special ed classes because of his cleft foot. So he had this weird enlarged foot, but his mom was pretty adamant, like, there's nothing wrong with his brain.
Yeah.
So he should be in regular classes regardless of however his foot is.
Makes
But
sense.
in that little bit of experience of his handicapped days, he created funny spin-offs or funny sketches
Of his own
and
experiences.
he created a sketch called Handyman.
You watched those when you were younger?
No. I saw him when I was older, but they kind of like when you're like looking into like things to look for, you come across like, I don't know, old Wayans Brothers episodes or whatever. Yeah. And Handyman is just one of those
that's
things
really
that
like
keeps coming across.
kind of a life
Or
giving you
Homie the Clown. shit like
right.
that.
I remember
That's
I was
totally
wondering
a life giving you lemons sort of situation, and
Yeah.
making lemonade out of kind of like a really shitty thing where you could do the, just take the back seat and just like ride it out, and but he made something of it.
I was wondering if you watched that when you were younger, and that's the reason why you commented on that guy in the wheelchair.
That was my inspiration on that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why are his shoes dirty if he's in a wheelchair?
I
bring it back.
I didn't realize
Sorry.
we were
To
connected.
bring us full circle.
That's the only reason why I asked.
That's a
Did
full
you watch this
circle
when you were
moment.
younger?
That's a full
I was just leading
that's
into
a
that.
full circle
I think
punch.
that-
Now it makes
right.
sense.
Thank
Now
you.
It makes sense.
That's the
I
only
think
reason why
that
I was trying to set
everybody-
that up.
Yeah, everybody has a Wayans moment, but not everybody's an ableist. Like
Anything
you.
could be funny as long as you go about it like, tastefully. You know what I mean?
A trailblazing variety show that from its start broke new ground.
I watch that show every night.
Featuring a cast that brought irreverent and authentic black humor to primetime.
I thought you said you look like Marilyn Monroe. I do look like Marilyn Monroe. You look like Marilyn the Hoe.
Joining Keenan in the series were Damon, Sean, Marlon, and Kim, developing and performing in sketches that are comedy gold.
If you let me in, I'll give you $20.
Su casa es mi casa.
And making stars out of Jamie Foxx, Tommy Davidson, Jim Carrey, David Allen Greer, Takia Crystal Kima, Jennifer Lopez, and Rosie Perez.
Keenan had enough faith in me to bring hip-hop to mass media.
In Living Color was revolutionary for more than just its humor. 80% of its staff were women, and women of color.
It's bath time.
I do not know what they eat for breakfast that these ideas pop into their head.
After In Living Color, the Wayans have continued to work in and out of the Hollywood system with each other and with other artists on hit television series like The Wayans Brothers, My Wife and Kids, and Lethal Weapon.
LAPD, put your hands in the air.
Comedic films like Don't Be a Menace, White Chicks, Lil Man, and Scary Movie.
Run.
And dramas like Requiem for a Dream and Air.
Michael's not coming tonight. He doesn't even want to meet. He just doesn't like the shoot.
And today's members of the family's next generation are making their own mark with Damon Wayans Jr., Craig, Damian, and Shantae.
I come from a famous family, being the Wayans.
Starring in sitcoms, dramas, and movies.
Okay, let's do this.
All my heroes was in my household. And I always say I was raised by legends.
The Wayans family. It is for their brilliant comedy over the decades.
Into our thoughts and opinions, I want to show one more clip to highlight them.
Smitty.
He's the husband in Running Point.
Oh, I heard about that show.
I don't know if anybody's seen it.
No, I heard it's good.
With Kate Hudson or whatever her name is. Kate Holmes.
Lawrence from Insecure is on
the white girl.
You just named two different people.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Is it blonde or brunette?
It's the girl from 10 Things I Hate About You with Matthew McConaughey.
On May 5th, 1965,
I said Kate
my
Hudson
brother
first.
Keenan
Ways
Ivory
to
and
Lose
I
a
watched
Guy.
young Richard Pryor make his television debut
How to Lose a Guy
on the
in
Ed
10
Sullivan
Days.
Show.
Yeah.
Richard was animated and hilarious with very clean comedy routine. While I was seeing a funny comedian, Keenan was seeing his future. From that day on, Keenan was dead set on being just like Richard Pryor. I can still remember my mother yelling, "Keenan, that skinny boy's on TV again." And Keenan was 6 months away from an engineering degree at Tuskegee when he learned that the Improvisation Comedy Club was
their older
less
brother,
than 2 miles from the
Keenan.
projects we grew up in.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
So in 1975, Keenan first walked on stage at the Improvisation Club to pursue his dreams of being a stand-up comic. My brother worked hard at it, spending most of his nights going club to club just to get some stage time to perfect an act. I can still feel the pride of watching him on stage. Of course, I was underage, but Keenan was so funny and loved by fellow comedians and club owners that they let me in to watch him. So in 1980, Keenan and his best friend, fellow comedian Robert Townsend,
Meteor Man.
they drove across country in a rented U-Haul, determined to make it big in Hollywood.
And that didn't go well with my mama. I remember she sat him down and he was we had a broken dryer, and in the projects, when something's broken, you just make a different use for it. So now it was our kitchen table. And my mother, Keenan told Ma he's leaving college to go be a comedian. My mother said, "A comedian? Boy, I've known you your whole life. You ain't never said nothing funny." "You a comedian? That's the funniest thing you ever said. Ha ha ha. Geek geek geek." She said, "At least have a backup plan." And my brother Keenan was like, "There's no backup plan in success. It's comedy or nothing." And needless to say, my family was over the moon. When Keenan first got his stand-up appearance on Johnny Carson, we all watched on a black and white TV in our kitchen. And I remember it was a tube television. The antenna was broken, so we had a hanger in there for an antenna. And
A fork to change the
channels. And we watched my brother do stand-up comedy on that television. From that day on, me as a child, I sat there and I was like, wow, you mean not only can you dream, but you can make your dreams come true.
I feel like that is like the ultimate dream for any family, like to be able to
Anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and
But to
be
do it
famous
with your
him.
family is even
And
more
so in
special.
1982, I came to visit Keenan, and I was shocked to see that he lived in a tiny two-bedroom apartment with a roommate. He didn't even have furniture, just a waterbed that made me nauseous whenever I laid down on it. But Keenan didn't care because he was focused on what comes after the struggle. And eventually, Keenan and Robert put their heads together and they wrote the classic Hollywood Shuffle. And after that, they wrote Robert Townsend, Partners in Crimes. And when Keenan asked Robert if he could direct some of the sketches, Robert told him, "No, you're too lazy to direct. You have to give up the women and the partying to do this." Keenan was hurt, but it was exactly what he needed to hear. So for 2 weeks, he locked himself in his bedroom with a pen and some writing pads, and he wrote, "I'ma Get You, Sucker."
Amazing.
He sold it and directed it. He cast me and my siblings in some roles that let us shine. And after seeing the movie, Fox approached him to do a show for their new network. They wanted it to be edgy. They even told him, you can do what you want to do, which is actually a lyric in Living Color. Yeah. Then Keenan wrote and directed Low Down Dirty Shame. His next major success came writing Scary Movie 1 and 2 with Sean and Marlon. And those movies grossed over $1 billion at the box office.
I just want to say that my brother Keenan raised us all like Jedis. I remember being a little boy, and he'd fly us out to California, and it was the 80s. He was going to a club, and back in the 80s, he didn't wear underwear because you knew you was getting laid, so he just had jeans on.
What 80s was he with?
That's what he did. And that's what he did. And he would tell us, me, Sean, Craig, and Damien, he would tell us, I'm gonna go to this club. I want you to watch these movies. And he gave us Airplane, he gave us Kentucky Fried Movie, and he gave us 3 or 4 movies. He'd give us some popcorn and goes, and I want you to tell me what you thought was funny when I come back. He'd go to the club, come back with a pretty girl, and then before he go in the room, he goes, so what did y'all think was funny? And then we go to tell him, and he go, tell me in the morning after I be with this squally dip. And we would talk in the morning, and he would tell us, we tell him the ideas, and he'd go, how would you make them better?
And I do this with no drawers on? Where's that story?
I just want to say that we would not be here, standing here, if it wasn't for our big brother, Keenan Ivory Wayans. Yeah. So on behalf of the Wayans family, we want to thank him first and foremost.
I don't really know the Wayans brothers like that. I know Marlon and Sean, right? Because those are, I guess, the ones that were more relevant when I was growing up. I didn't know Keenan trailblazed the path for them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Until right now.
Yeah.
Like he was the trailblazer. He laid the path out for them.
What I love the most about this, because mind you, I loved Major Payne. I loved Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah.
I've seen I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. I've seen Little Man, Scary Movies 1 and 2. The biggest thing that I took from this, which is what I wanted to bring up, which is, in the past I made a comment that I want to make it a point to make content that is important,
but family centric.
Not just family centric, but like things that are like
relatable,
but like things that will like, I don't know, like what's the word that I'm looking for?
Conversation starter. I
guess the thing that stands out to me is with this Wayans thing is like the overarching topic point is family. And from their first movie with Keenan Wayans, his very first opportunity to make a movie, he brought his whole family into the movies. And when it comes to us and what we are venturing off and doing, I love the fact that we are trying to make a point that we include each other in our family ventures and our business plan and pretty much our goals. And to me, like, the Wayans embody that to the core. Like, any opportunity they had a chance to implement a family member into like bumping them up or pumping them up, they did that.
You don't have a movie without one without the other, or like at least one of the other. Like if not all of them, they're all involved.
Yeah, but he chose them.
Keenan got in, and he brought in Damon. They needed somebody in a very minor role, so they brought in Marlon. Marlon had an idea to create his very first movie, and they did Don't Be a Menace, and then Don't Be a Menace turned into Scary Movie.
Yeah.
What's crazy is
taking that idea, playing it to scary movies.
And it all started with Keenan. Keenan had that very first opportunity working with Robert Townsend, and Robert Townsend is a legend.
But they were together. It
Yeah.
wasn't just working with Robert Townsend.
No,
they were
yeah.
collaborating. It was a conjoined effort. Like there wasn't one without the other.
Think about how much hard work Keenan put in to finally punch through that wall. And then instead of thinking about just his success, I'm going to think about
getting everybody else in. How do I get everybody
And
else
he
in?
didn't have a small family. But I'm going to think about bringing them all in.
Right. I mean,
That's
but
so
who,
selfless.
who do you already like? Who do you know that's already right there that you can call and be like, "Hey,
Who do you need that's funny? I need
Right.
people that's funny, and I need them cheap.
And you know that they're gonna be there when you call, and that's your family.
brothers. Yeah,
You know,
your brothers.
like your brothers, exactly.
Could've been a good business move.
Yeah,
Could you imagine
I think
what
that
the dinner conversations were like
Right.
on a regular basis before?
And
like,
their family.
Exactly.
So there's no holding back.
Right. Like Sal's bringing over a girl for the first time to a family dinner. For the family.
I've done that plenty of times.
For the family Wayans, like what is that like? Like
Yeah.
you really have to be a certain cut from a certain cloth to understand like that's how they are.
Right.
I get it.
And I mean, again, this is a family that like everybody has something
Yeah.
that they've a memory that involves the Wayans brothers.
Right.
A video, a movie, a sketch, comedy, you know, something that involves the Wayans brothers. And I think that that's like, they're one of those families that transcends all genres,
Well,
everybody.
They're like on 3 generations now.
They're
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, they definitely transcend.
Right. And they even have their own show together.
But I mean,
Damon Jr.
yeah.
and Damon Sr.
Right.
They have their own show now. And it's funny.
Right. They have animated shows. They have
Major Pain.
everything.
Major Pain is such a
Yeah.
go,
a lot of classics,
It's such
but
a
Major
go
Pain-
movie.
Yeah.
Little Man. I don't know if you
Yeah.
watched Little Man.
I watched Little Man.
Or
That
just
was
the Wayans
hilarious
brothers.
too.
Let's-
White
a scary
chicks.
movie.
White
White
chicks.
chicks.
I mean,
Scary
even
movies.
because, and that's what I'm saying. Like white, black, anything in between. You know, white chicks at least.
Yeah,
Like,
Major Pain.
Yeah.
I've been known to cut a little rug in my day. Classic.
I'm gonna put my foot in your
Yeah.
ass.
Oh man.
I love.
I like to hang upside down.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so good.
There's too many.
So good.
Like even Don't Be
Yeah.
a Menace. The first
Yeah.
time I came across Don't Be a Menace was such a like, almost like a.
That's such a hood staple. Like,
Bro,
that's such a
like
hood
it's
movie,
such a
though.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god, did you see Don't Be a
Yeah.
Menace? Like it's such a like, I don't know, rite of passage as
Right.
anybody who's grown
Right.
up in any sort of like ghetto-ish
You don't
environment.
Right. If you don't
you
know,
know what I mean?
yeah. If you don't know, then you don't know.
And the
Yeah.
the jokes that come behind that,
Yes.
or even seeing Scary Movie for the first time, I thought it was such a like, oh my god, I got away with watching Scary Movie by
You want
myself.
to hear about my first time seeing Scary Movie?
You've seen you okay? The first time you saw Scary Movie, the original
very
first one.
first time,
Yeah.
Scary Movie, the original, was out in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And this came out in what year?
2000.
2000?
I think so.
Either 99 or 2000.
It feels right.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, 2000.
okay.
Oh,
so,
here we go, 2000.
2000, I was like 15, maybe.
Okay.
I had just started like sophomore year.
So
in
you went
high
to the
school.
movie theater?
I went to the movie theater with my motherfucking dad
Oh God!
to see Scary Movie.
And did you know?
I had no idea. Like, I was literally just like, you know, like it was me and my dad. Me and my dad spent a lot of time together when I was like younger, and part of it was like going to the movies. He liked going to the movies.
Yeah.
We like going to the movies. And I think that he was just trying to connect. And I was like, all right, let's go see Scary
Let's go
Movie.
see Scary Movie.
Where
they do the glory hole.
No
and they do-
idea. But also like
ear.
But okay, and so when that scene came on, I was absolutely mortified
Oh,
because
you
my
should.
dad
You
is
should.
sitting, and who
With the
knows
bush?
what
Remember the
anybody
bush?
else in the
You should
theater
be.
is thinking
Tuck
of.
dinner out.
Okay, so, but also my dad was not very like growing up. Like he didn't censor my like TV or like movie. Like I really saw a lot kind of young.
With your dad?
not necessarily with my dad, but my dad didn't necessarily like censor what I was watching. And my dad had what it was like back then called a black box.
Sure. Yeah. What's the black box for those that may not know what that is?
So a black box back in the day, you had to pay for cable. And essentially you would have to pay by like channel or package.
Pay-per-view.
And
box
so
got you everything.
What's the black box then?
So the black box was like uncut. Like you didn't have to pay for it. It was just involved.
It was a like actual little
so you
box.
had HBO, it was like a cable box. Like I don't know how else to explain it.
Unlocked cable box.
So now we have a super box or right. Or you have a Roku stick that's unlocked, or you know, you maybe find your shit on a website or whatever. This was before the internet, and you basically had channel 99, channel 56, channel 50, you know, whatever.
Shout out Andres. That's the house I used to go to for a fucking black box.
There were a couple of times when my dad and I would get home and I'd be like, oh, channel, you know, whatever, because they were playing Ace Ventura all day because it was HBO at the time or whatever. And I turn it to the channel, it'd be like softcore porn, and I'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Skinamax, baby, Skinamax.
So trying to connect later, we went to see a scary movie, and it was definitely mortifying.
If anybody who's seen Scary Movie 1, the original, there's a lot of shit in there that's like...
There's a point where there's a glory hole and a dick ends up between...
It's so good.
Like, through the guy's
It's so
ear.
good.
You gotta watch that. You gotta watch it. You gotta expose him to it.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I'm sure he's probably
It's
seen
not
it.
that bad.
He's probably seen worse.
Movies.
The Wayans just had such an impact on me and my life as a younger kid. And even into today, that when I saw that they were getting awards for their family and what they've done through their career, it was an easy like, hey, let's make sure we like acknowledge it and let's kind of appreciate the art that they've done.
Right.
And for me,
especially seeing young black men like really do something.
Family,
for,
a family that had absolutely nothing, and their eldest brother Keenan having a dream of like, hey, I'm gonna make it in Hollywood, and the mom,
that's great.
Like kind of saying like, you're ridiculous, you know, you have never said anything funny in your life.
It's dope to see a family succeed together,
bro,
regardless of like their color, their race, like their background. They just like they had nothing
exactly,
and they all succeeded
and
together.
He's still alive.
Yeah, Keenan's still alive, and to kind of be like, hey, like my brother Damon, my brother Marlon. My brother Sean, like come in and do little roles in this and that, like that. I think that's what it's all about,
right? And
like,
they're all like within a certain. They can all fill different roles. They look similar, but not so much that like it's confusing.
Sure,
you know,
but
like,
they're also funny.
Yeah,
and even me.
So so funny.
If I could, if I had a table long enough, if I had a idea like squared away enough, I would have all of my friends or whatever, including my wife, like all at the same table, putting together an awesome show, and just fucking everybody doing it together. And this is
tune in next week.
To them, to me, this embodies that, and this is exactly the shit that like I've always dreamed of. Like one person gets through the door, bring in the rest of your fucking crew through the fucking door or through the windows, through the back door, however you got to do it. Like bring everybody, your whole crew in. You know what I mean?
To me, that's like a kind of like a karma thing of like, okay, I'm gonna do great. The best thing to keep yourself grounded is to keep the people closest to you with you.
Exactly.
You know, instead of like you becoming,
as long as they're not yes men.
Right.
For
like,
sure. Need people to be honest with you.
Even if this is like having your, you know, sister behind you and maybe she's doing like the business part and you're doing the creative part or whatever. Like there's a balance and like keeping yourself grounded, keeping your feet where, you know, you have people still checking you and checking yourself. And I mean, they're a great example of staying above substances. I think, you know, they've been really great of really just staying grounded, being with each other.
I agree. Even Walt Disney had someone that was like the money guy.
Opposite. Right.
When Walt had a crazy idea, there was a money guy that was like, hey, this is the bottom line. We got to make it work within these parameters. And I think, I don't know. In this particular case,
there's a balance. There's a balance in nature.
Damon was the Rock, almost like Rock of the family. Kind of like how you said earlier, the Rock to the alien balloon. Like, that was a dope example.
Sure, no, for sure. Keenan was that, I guess, trailblazer, and I guess the biggest thing was that he brought in his family when a lot of people, I'm sure, could easily just ignore them, and and that was just the biggest highlight that I wanted to point out when it comes to the Wayans winning their NAACP award. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I thought you meant after the last topic.
I'm just going to go straight to it. Thank you guys for tuning in. That was fun. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate you guys. We're going to catch you guys on the next one with a bonus episode, all guys episode. Peace.
Peace.